Hi, beautiful ladies. Happy Sunday. Welcome to April's Sips and Tips. Doing things a little bit different tonight, having to be spontaneous. I'm coming to you live from Michigan. I am at my director's house. She had a Mary Kay event today for all of her consultants in our unit, and she was so giving, just lots of accolades. So I had to keep my sashes on and keep my crown on just for you, because I'm so blessed. This Mary Kay journey has just been so wonderful, and I have you beautiful ladies to thank because you give me such good feedback. Hi, Ilana. Such good feedback and such good encouragement, and so thank you. Thank you so very much for all the support. So we're going to kick right back into my Sips and Tips. You know, my Sips and Tips is all about a day to just sit back, have a beverage of your choice, relax, get some fun tips, and let it all just be about self-care and have some fun while we're doing it. So the topics for tonight are, it's two lists. I'm going to do two lists. So if you have pen and paper, you might want to write this down. But of course, this is recording, so you can always go back to the video later. I'm a little flushed, so I apologize for that. Two lists, all right? I'm going to go over, the first list is makeup tricks that we've been doing for years that we need to stop because they're making us look older. Let's just stop it, right? We don't want to look older than we really are, right? We don't want to do that. And then the second list is I'm going to go over the summer trends, the 2025 summer trends. So there is an image consultant. Her name is Maranda Rains. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's also a Mary Kay director, but she specializes in image consulting. And every season she comes out with the trend report. And they're just little tips of what to see, what's trending right now, just to help you fashion-wise. I'm not going to do all of them. I want the list to be relatively short. So I'm just going to pick up some highlights and tell you the ones that I think are spot on. They're great. And some that I don't really care for. All right, so let's get started with the 2025 summer trends. The first one, a black bathing suit. All right, that's kind of always our go-to, right? We're going to the pool, we're going to the lake, we're going to the beach. We got our bathing suit. We're like, I'm gonna get a black bathing suit because that hides things. I want to cover up my cellulite. I want to cover up, you know, my fat, right? So we think having a black bathing suit will conceal. You're walking around half naked. We're half naked. Let's just be real. You're in a bathing suit, you're half naked. A black bathing suit does not hide anything, all right? So when you see someone walking, say the beach, and they're in a black bathing suit, our eyes naturally don't even focus on the color black on a bathing suit. We then look at the cellulite. Oh my goodness. Look at that left cheek hanging out, right? Something visually happens because it's such a neutral color, all right? So the summer trend is get a bathing suit in your color. Lots of color. Royal blue is my color. Hot pink is my second color. Get a bathing suit that has color. Because when you walk down and you're in that colored bathing suit, they're not looking at the cellulite. They're not looking at that little butt cheek hanging out. No, wow, look at that beautiful color. Wow, such color. That's what they're really looking at. So be bold, ladies. Don't get a black bathing suit because you're not hiding anything. Know what your season is and know what colors look best on your skin tone and get the bathing suit in that color. The second summer trend when it comes to bathing suits is accessorizing, waterproof, jewelry, hat. I don't agree with all that, but if that's what you want to do, that's kind of the summer trend now, to bling yourself out while at the pool. So if you see that, that's why. The next trend, and I'm going to go ahead and take my sashes off, is asymmetry in clothes. Things that aren't straight and asymmetric. This is the new summer trend for this summer. And the other thing really I want to highlight is know your body shape. Know your body shape. We've got the inverted triangle. That's me. My widest part is my shoulders and I go all the way down. I'm the inverted triangle. There's a pear. There's an apple. There's a straight. There's nothing wrong with your shape. What is wrong is not knowing your shape, because that dress that looks fantastic on her, she's a pear, looks terrible on me because I'm an inverted triangle. So get the clothes that match your body shape. That's what you need to do. And if you want more information on that, you let me know. I will help you out with that. The third summer trend, hey Sharon, the third summer trend, super excited about it, is platform sandals. That's right, yay! I love platform sandals. This little short girl, I got tiny feet. I love me some platform sandals. That's a summer trend this year. I'm super excited about it. I've had these for years, so I've been trendy for years. So if you happen to see people walking around in their platform sandals, now you know it's a new trend. And the final trend that I'll go over tonight, can't even believe that I'm saying it. It's 2025. The new summer trend, hey Josephine, jelly shoes. That's right, ladies. Y'all heard me. We're back at 1982. The jelly shoes are back. And I'm here to tell you, this girl is not wearing jelly shoes. No more. I hated them then. I hate them now. That's all I'm going to say for the jelly shoes. So if you see people walking around in jelly shoes, just giggle and just note that they're going to have some stink feet when they get home, right? Oh, I hated the jelly shoes. I can't believe that they are back. So that is the Maranda Rains Summer Trend Report. We just had a big event, and it was such a special event to go to, and I wanted to share those summer trends with you ladies. All right, the big highlight of the evening. I'm going to demo and talk about makeup tips and tricks that we need to stop doing because it's making us look older. So the reality is we are aging, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We need to celebrate every single birthday because it is a gift from the Lord, right? And it's wonderful. But we also need to be like wine. We're going to age like fine wine, right? We want to be proud of our age. So true story, just last week, I was at the department store, and the woman I was talking to working there, she said something about age. And I said, well, in February, my birthday, I'm going to be 55. And what? She could not believe that I was about to be 55. She said, I thought for sure you in your 30s. That's the best compliment ever, right? So I can't wait to be in my 60s and people think, oh my gosh, I thought you were in your 40s, right? That's aging like fine wine. And how do we do that? By using the right products for our skin, customized skincare, taking care of ourselves, right? We take vitamins to be healthy. Get good skincare so your skin's healthy, right? All right. So there are some things that we probably are doing that we don't realize that we're doing, but these are common makeup mistakes, common makeup techniques that as we age actually make us look older than we really are. So we need to knock that out, right? We need to stop doing that. All right. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. So the first makeup technique to stop aging us is the brows. So our eyebrows, as we age, we lose fullness in our eyebrows, and we also lose color. So you can see mine are very fair, my hair is very dark, and I've lost a lot of color in my eyebrows. So we need to bring the color back, of course, but really it's about the shape. So see the inner corner, your eyebrow literally needs to start even with your conjunctiva, your deer duct, right there. That's where it needs to start. So if you tweeze or shave and you started here, because you can see mine is actually right here, a little bit over, it widens the eye and it gives the effect of a wider face. And then the end of your eyebrow, don't bring it down. If it naturally goes down, then it's gonna visually pull your face down. So for the rest of our lives, we are gonna be fighting gravity, right? Things start to droop, right? We know this, right? Things start to droop as we age. The eyebrows are the same. So draw a line from the corner of your eye. That is where the end should be. So essentially outward. Don't bring it all the way down. So let me do a demo for you. The brow kit, love this brow kit. It's so amazing. You have a pomade, a powder, and a highlighter and a brush. So when you mess up and you draw like a line, the brush gets rid of it. So I'm gonna do this side of my face, I'm gonna do common mistakes. And this side, I'm gonna do what we're supposed to do, okay? First of all, your eyebrows are not Sharpies, okay? So you want to fill in your eyebrows. See, I'm not going all the way. I need to go a little bit further in. And don't bring it down. A lot of people want to bring that end down. Can you see how doing a wing on your brow, it makes it look droopier, makes that eye look droopier. If I bring my eyebrow right directly, I need to go to the bigger mirror to see, right where it should be, right? So I had to add just a little bit more. Can you see how this starts closer to where my lash line starts? This one's starting closer to where my tear duct is. Now I'm just stopping at the direct diagonal line from the corner of my eye, not drooping it down. Now you can see, look, I made a mistake right there. So just stop right at the edge. You're essentially going outward, not down, outward. I have the start of my eyebrow directly even as opposed to closer to the eye. Now you can already see how being closer, it makes the eye just a little bit more dramatic. See when I use the brush at a place where my pomade was, it takes it away, right? And I love this kit. You take the little highlighter and you go right above your arch and it just accentuates that arch. Can you see the difference in my eyebrows when I stop it directly at the corner, so it's not bringing it down versus bringing the eyebrow down? It actually makes this eye look droopier. I hope y'all can see that in the tutorial. So that's the brows. Don't bring the ends down and bring the centers all the way in, okay? Next little tip is your eyeliner. Okay. Disclaimer, when it comes to today's tutorial, it's about everyday makeup, all right? Literally, going to work, going to the grocery store, your everyday makeup. I'm not talking about makeup for costumes, for special events, formal wear, photo shoots, things that you really would do a lot heavier, more dramatic makeup. Not talking about those special occasions. I'm talking about everyday makeup tips, everyday makeup techniques that we do every day that could be making us look a little bit older, okay? So every day. Eyeliner. This may not apply to everyone. However, I love the 80s. And unless I'm going to an AC/DC concert, we need to lay off the heavy black eyeliner. we need to soften our eyes a little bit. We need to soften them, right? So having a thick eyeliner on top and bottom really makes everything really weighted down, okay? And it's always been a trend to put on your eyeliner kind of right here, go across, right? Go to the corner. We got a thick line, and now we're gonna go underneath. And we usually stop kind of right there. Now, in certain situations, you know, it gives you a good dramatic eye, right? I mean, that's a very dramatic eye. But for an everyday look, it's quite heavy, right? We also like to do a wing, right? And so we would go down right here and we would do a wing. Okay, let me get a wing. Let me get a wing happening here. There we go. So a thick line, top and bottom, black. You can, with a wing, you can already see how dramatic, especially with the low tip of the brow. I mean, I look like an inverted almond, right? It really droops and brings down the droop of our face, okay? So the fix. This is making us look older than we are. We're not 22 years old going to a Joan Jett concert anymore, okay? This is the everyday look. Take a softer one. I like the steely gray. It's like a slate. You can also take a brown. Use a liner, but make it a little bit softer. And here's the dealio. Don't make your line so thick. This is an everyday look, okay? Everyday look. Go underneath and do the waterline. Now, I still have on just a little bit from this morning. This is waterproof, so this has been on since about 9 this morning. So do the waterline underneath. And here's the tip. Go all the way in. Don't start right here. It's always kind of been a trend for us to start everything right here and then go. No, start all the way, which is really hard to do. Go all the way in on the inner water line. Now, if you can't do the inner water line, some people can. It makes their eyes water. They haven't gotten used to it yet. If you still want to go on top, it's fine, but make it a little bit thinner, okay? So either a thinner top line or go underneath, and all you're doing is highlighting the lash line. That's all you're doing. Can you see the differences? I'm less droopy than this side. With the thick eyeliner, it exaggerates the droop of my eye. That's already there. I can't help that, right? I'm 54 years old. I'm gonna have some gravity, right? But this accentuates, it highlights that droopiness. Hey, Kristen, sorry. Hey, Shannon, sorry. If you want to add some on the bottom, you can, but do the waterline. Just make it gentle. Just a hint of color. The darker on the bottom, I'm gonna say this, the darker and more makeup that you put underneath your eye, it's going to showcase anything impurities under your eye. So if you have bags, if you have wrinkles, if it's discolored, if you don't really want to highlight your under eyes, then don't put eyeliner on your bottom lash. Go without it, okay? So I'm all the way in. Can y'all see that? All the way here, I'm on my lash line. It actually makes your eyes bigger. It's more of a natural look, and it just opens up your eyes. This wing, see how my wing is going down? If you still want a wing, where there's nothing wrong with that, try a different trick, and I'm gonna try to do it. I'm really not good at it, but do your wing from the bottom lash line. So essentially, you want your wing to go from the corner of your eye towards the end of your eyebrow, right? Over here, when you do it on the top line, we go, we naturally are going down. So you can see how my wing is going down. So it gives you a droopier eye. Do it from the bottom. Literally go from the bottom and go upward. From the bottom and go upward. And then you can fill in that little V. Now see how a slight going up, and I'm going to wipe just a little bit off. See how you can add a better lift? This one's going down, this one's going up, because I did it from the bottom up. Does that make sense? I hope y'all can see the lift in that one. I'm not a wing girl. I don't think wings look good on me, but you can also take your finger and go whoop, and like wing it out itself. Another thing that's your friend are Q-tips and eye makeup remover. You can fix any mistake. So can you see the difference? Down and thick, softer and lifted. This one makes you look older. This one makes you look younger. All right? Continuing on down, blush. Why do we need blush? We need blush because having some color on our cheeks, it's youthful. I'm pretty lucky. I got lots of color. I naturally have rosy cheeks already, but not everybody has natural rosy cheeks. But when you have blush on, it gives you like a very youthful glow. Now, we were taught growing up to do this, right? We were taught to do that. So here is where the placement should be. You've got blush, you got contour, and you got highlighter. Highlighter, blush, contour. That's the order that it goes. So old school way. Let me show you old school way. I'm going to use a little wineberry. It's a little bit darker of a blush, but just for demonstration purposes. We take our blush, right? And we add our blush, okay? So if you can see that we add the blush where it goes and add a little bit on our apples. Now, can you see? I mean, it even accents this better. It makes it sag more. It accentuates the gravity. I look droopy. There's no other words for it. There's no other words for it. The correct place to put, and I just want to showcase that I don't have on blush. See, I don't have blush. This is my natural. I got rosy cheeks. But this is where you should put your blush from here on out, okay? And if you're thinking, I don't wear blush, if you're all the same color, you need some color in your cheeks. Color is what's gonna give you a youthful glow. If you need help in figuring out what color to get, let me know. I'll send you samples. You can try it at home. But here is the trick. For us mature ladies, no longer putting it on, doing the L. L is not for loser. Not anymore. It's for lovely, because we are lovely. Do an L. Put the L right at your nostril. Go at your hairline. Right here. That's where you dab your blush. Literally put your blush right there. And then you can add just a little to your cheeks. You can see right now, with the color up a little higher, it actually lifts the face. And that's me not even smiling. Droop. Lift. When I smile. Still droop. Lift. Can y'all see the difference? To me, the blush is the biggest. You're literally putting the blush just a little bit higher. Now, the reason why we need to do this is because our cheekbones have stayed the same, okay? But the tendons, the ligaments, the collagen, the elastin, the skin that's on top of the skull has moved down. Have you ever had a scar that used to be here, but now it's down here? Or a tattoo? You ever had a tattoo maybe like right here and now it's down there? That's what happens as we age. So that's why we need to change how we do our makeup as we are becoming more mature. We can't put on makeup the same way we did back in 1989 when we're going to the prom, right? We got to learn some new techniques so we can have a more youthful glow. So do the L, blush there so it's up a little bit higher and right on the cheeks, and you get that natural lift. All right? Moving on to the lips. First of all, I used to not wear lip liner. I used to not understand why we needed lip liner, but now I do. So as we age, we get tiny little lines in our lips. It's unfortunate, but it's life, right? When you line your lips, it gives you a definitive lip line. It just makes your lips look more full, more defined, prettier. It also acts as a barrier to keep your lipstick on your lips and not bleed into the little teeny tiny cracks that are around your lips. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Have you ever seen it bleed in those little tiny cracks and it looks like you had a little handshake when you put your lipstick on, right? So you really need a lip liner. I'm going to demo in this red just so you can see it. I personally prefer, and I don't have it out, I prefer a liner that's closer to my lip color. So you don't really see a definitive line. I just have more defined lips. Okay, so that's why you need a lip liner to look more youthful. And let me show you the other trick of placement. So regardless of how many products I use, we have a natural droop. I'm going to not smile. Our lips go down. Okay, it just happens. We can't be like this all the time. We can't be Joker all the time, you know, unless we get injections. But the key to having youthful smile face, but one of the things that we need to stop doing that is making us look older is completely line your lips. You need to not go all the way to the corner, okay? So I'm going to go all the way to the corner to demo, and I'm going to use the bright red just so you can see it, okay? All the way. Yep. All the way. Now look what happens. That looks bigger. Like it's an optical illusion, but you're highlighting, yeah, that. So you can see it more. So when you put your liner on, stop before the corner. So I'm going to do this side the right way. Stop right there. So that bottom lip even looks fuller. Can y'all see that? This side, I mean, the blush makes this droop more here. Not on this side because I have my blush higher. This eye looks droopier because it's heavier, and this is my lazy eye. This looks more droopier, and this side looks more full just because I didn't go all the way to the end. So you got your liner on, and just because it looks silly, I'm going to put some gloss on. Put your gloss or your lipstick on top. To blend it. Can you see how this side droops now? So look at droop, droop, droop. Definite droop. Lift because I stop here. Lift because I'm on the inner line. Lift because I have my blush here. Lift and fuller lip because I didn't go all the way in. Can y'all see the difference between this is how we used to do it versus this is how we should do it now? It's just like with everything in life. You have to adapt your routines based on the current situations, right? As we get older, right? We get out of chairs a little bit differently. We get in and out of car. Get up off the floor. I guarantee we do not get up off the floor the same way we did when we were younger, right? So it's the same with makeup. Don't get in a rut and do your makeup the same way you did back when your high school boyfriend's about to come pick you up for prom, right? Let's evolve with the times. Makeup is not about an illusion. It's not about creating an illusion, or it shouldn't be. Our everyday makeup should be about enhancing your natural beauty, right? So embrace that beautiful age. I cannot wait to be 60 years old and someone looks at me and says, "What? You're 60? That's right." And I'm so proud of it. I can't wait till I'm 55 and can order from the senior menu at Denny's. That's right. I said it right here live. I'm excited about it. So the same thing about your makeup, right? Let's age like fine wine, ladies. Let's do it gracefully. Let's do it beautifully. Love the skin that you are in and enhance your natural beauty. So let's stop doing those things that's actually making us look a little bit older. So that's your tips and tips for tonight. I know it was a little bit quicker and a little bit different than I normally do it, but I hope that you've enjoyed it. I challenge you right now. And as a matter of fact, I've just decided I'm going to be doing my own contest. I challenge you to do these new techniques. Take a before. If you put your blush this way, if you do your liner all the way, if you're heavy on the eyeliner, if you bring your brush up, do your makeup, take a selfie. Then do April's tips. Incorporate them all just to see. And then send me the after. And then tell me what you think. I've already decided I'll enter all you in to win a beautiful prize. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so very much for tuning in and watching tonight. We want to age beautifully, gracefully, and we certainly don't want to make us look older than we really are. So love the skin that you're in, because you know what? When you finish and you look at yourself, what happens? You know what happens. You smile. And when you smile, it gives you that confidence that you need to tackle anything. It's your superpower. Love you, ladies. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great week. Bye.